Hello, my name is Minty Crouch, mom of two, and I'm no slouch. Gave birth twice during my English degree. It was tough, but I graduated with glee. Masters of Science in Herbalism was next. With two small children to tend, was I hexed? 2 degrees earned in 4 years flat. This Air Force retiree is back up to bat. With a book to publish and 3 others in queue, things could be better from this point of view. Some help is needed to make my dreams come true. Published books, herbal retreat, book tours not few. We will be losing our home before end of year. For my 2- and 4-year-old, I've shed many a tear. I dream of a home on wheels, shelter for now, where we can live until life calms down. A retreat in the mountains is where destiny calls, where this herbalist can teach spring, summer, and fall. Giving hands-on experience to students from afar, all to learn from this rising star. While my family has many needs, the one I want to focus on up front is I do have a book ready for publication, but most self-publishers have trouble making ends meet because they don't have money to advertise their book, and that's where I'm at as well. I am registering as an LLC. I've gotten the process started, but again, I need money to finish that process up. In addition to that, I have things I need to fund with my book money, like the retreat I want to create. I need to be able to fill in where my husband's paycheck is deficient, and that's been the case for longer than I care to admit. He made a mistake earlier in the year, and where we were barely making ends meet paycheck to paycheck, now we don't even know if there's going to be a paycheck. This past Friday, he got another negative check. If anybody knows anything about the trucking industry, if you are a sole proprietor, or not sole proprietor, if you're an independent agent, things are a little different for you. You still got a truck payment. You still got to make that insurance payment no matter what happens out there. And he made a mistake, and they are now taking an additional $500 out of his paycheck each week. And before, he was always negative the first week out. And after the mistake, it was negative for 2 weeks out. He just came home for his home time and had a negative check while he was home as well. So that's 3 negative checks in a row. That's not going to pay the bills. That's not going to get food on the table. Much less help me get my books published. I need to be able to advertise. I need to be able to have money up front to buy a whole bunch of books and put them on my website for me to sell autographed copies of it. You know, things like that. And there's a whole slew of things that need to get taken care of and to make this happen correctly. Yeah, I need all the help I can get right now. I want my retreat to be nonprofit, funded primarily by books, but be a 501c3 as well to receive donations. But I haven't even started working on that aspect yet because I don't even have a profitable business yet. I have to have it published in order to be able to make a profit, right? Gotta have a product to sell first. The books that are coming up are, I have a poetry book, a book on runes, and my main books are on herbs. And I'm starting with the dual use, the culinary slash medicinal herbs first. The first one being rosemary, because I've got 9 years of experience of growing it. But my books are set apart because it's the herb itself that I'm talking about. I'm not putting out a book of compilations of herbs. And I'm talking about how to identify it, how to cultivate it. Most people buy herbs from the store and they're dead within a week. There's tips in there on how to grow it. Safety information. Most people think that it's made by nature, so therefore it's perfectly safe, and that is not the case at all. The biggest thing that sets my books apart is that I've read the scientific data and I've summarized some of the studies in there so that my readers can actually go through and point out, hey, this study says this, and this study says that. And they can make up their minds on their own based on what the actual science is, not based on what people are suggesting. The other thing is, just because it was used a certain way traditionally doesn't mean that it still works that way. One of the things I discovered in my research is that the medicinal qualities of a plant are actually affected by where the plant was grown. When it comes to rosemary specifically, there were 3 different locations where the research was being done, and they could tell where the herb was grown based on what the chemical composition of the plant. I thought that was very cool. So that means that depending on what ailment you're going for that rosemary is traditionally used for, you may or may not get that effect unless you're getting it from a specific area. Very interesting stuff. But you won't get that anywhere but in my books. So I need to find a good advertising agency that specializes in herbal books and get going. This will be the start. But thank you for watching. I appreciate any help you're willing to and able to provide. I know we're all struggling and you didn't need to watch this, but I thank you for your time. Bye.